Hello, my name is Victoria Nickel. I have been suffering a multitude of health issues, including but not limited to gastroparesis, Lyme disease, and an eye problem called binocular suppression. I am wanting to start college because I've finally recovered enough to be able to do that. However, I'm still dealing with a lot of these issues. So before you start college, you have to take an ACT or an SAT test. We decided on the ACT, and I went to the website and read the guidelines for how to get a letter to request accommodations, a letter of disability from the doctor. Because I don't have the physical stamina to test for hours on end without taking a break, and also because my eye problem, binocular suppression, causes me a great deal of pain when reading. My left eye tends to turn in, and that causes my eyes to strain because that's not what it's supposed to do. And sometimes my body just gets tired of my left eye not working properly and mostly turns it off so that it's only my right eye. Either way, I end up straining my eyes and having a great deal of pain while reading. Originally, I wanted someone to read the test to me, but I later learned that was not possible. So I followed the guidelines on the ACT website, I got a letter from my doctor, and then I spoke to a teacher who is an expert in helping disabled students get the accommodations they need. And she told me that if I submitted that letter, I would be turned down because they deliberately do not put enough information on the ACT website so that they can turn students down whose paperwork isn't up to par. Only they don't know their paperwork isn't up to par because it's not clearly specified. So we got the doctor to write an even more in-depth letter. Then I called the ACT board and talked to them twice, and they said that I could take the test in a classroom. All I needed was a school employee to open a classroom to me on the weekend, and I could take the test with accommodations. Then there was a third phone call to the ACT board, and after an hour and a half of dragging the truth out of them like pulling teeth, they finally admitted to me and my family that not only was I not able to take the test in a classroom, but the letter was insufficient. They told us I could take the test at a school. Well, that is based on the outdated assumption that classrooms are not on lockdown on the weekend, when actually they are now. So now we're looking again for a place for me to take the test. And my letter's not going to be good enough. I'm going to have to go to 2 more doctors, an eye doctor and an educational psychologist, just to get larger font. That was the compromise between a reader and nothing for my eye problems, was larger font. And in this day and age, it is so easy to print out any type of font, size, or shape that you could possibly imagine. But no, I am going to have 9 doctor's appointments in order to get larger font, because that is how many they are going to need to do all the testing to satisfy those bureaucrats that I deserve not to feel horrible pain while I take the test that will get me into college. I have already had 2 of those appointments. One of them was just a consult with the eye doctor, and the other one, which I had yesterday, was some diagnostic tests. And when you have normal brain and eye function, eye doctor's tests are no big deal because your brain handles them like it's supposed to, but when you have abnormal function, they are extremely painful. I had pain and dizziness and disorientation yesterday. It has been a hellish experience for me. I'm being treated like this is my fault. I did not choose to be homeschooled, and I certainly did not choose to have all these disabilities, but I'm being made to go through all these hoops as if I'm some kind of burden on society. And it's been a hassle for me, and it's been painful, but I can't imagine what this is like for kids who don't even have insurance and they can't even afford to do this. Do they just not take the test? I'm not sure if kids that are in the school system their whole life get treated this way, or if this is only children from homeschools or private schools. It's horrible either way. All this stress is not helping my health. It's had a very bad effect on me. I feel uneasy all the time, and when I get stressed, my physical symptoms get worse. So I am being put through all these hurdles just to take a test, just to get larger font so that my eyes will not kill me while I take this test. If anyone else has had to go through anything like this with ACT or SAT or any other educational board that claims not to discriminate, I would really be interested in hearing your stories about that. Thank you for listening to what I had to say.